going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bring the Thunder podcast. It is the first game of 82 for the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, and it felt like they played three already. A double overtime victory over the Houston Rockets, over Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets, 125 to 124. As you guys know, we will start off by just run down some stats. Shea finished with a nice 35, 5-5 after having a pretty slow start. But 35 was for KD. I think he did that on purpose. 1 for 9 from deep. We'll talk about that later. Lou Dort, 6 points. We'll talk about the bad later, all right? Casey Wallace, 14, 7, and 5 from Casey Wallace tonight, all over the court. Chet Holmgren, 28 and 7. And Isaiah Hartenstein, 6, 9, and 5. And then some big bench contributions from A.J. Mitchell, 16 points on 50%, 3 of 6 from 3. Aaron Wiggins, 10 points. And then we had the rest, little Alex Caruso action. But, boys, what a win. What an interesting start to the game. Let's start there. I mean, we had, in that first quarter, we had everyone on the roster playing all the way down to Chris Youngblood, our last two-way signing. We saw some Brooks Barnheiser. We saw some Chris Youngblood. But, I don't know, it just felt good to be back on the court. What are you guys' thoughts on the game? Let's start with Sabir.
I thought just Casey Wallace really impressed me tonight, and then the offensive punch of AJ throughout the night was really nice to see, especially with J-Dub being out. Like, it's just impressive that we continue to win games with one of our big three being out, and we kind of dealt with this last season, and we kept thinking like, oh, we'd have some losses here or there, and kept winning games, and this one felt the same way, honestly. Like, we're picking up right where we left off, and I think, honestly, it's super exciting to see kind of the leaps from all the guys. They're just so young, and at this point, it's like sitting back and just enjoying and watching the team and enjoying some Oklahoma basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to shout out. Hotspot changed his name. So Hotspot, shout out to you, Steve. What's good, man? Bradley, thanks for the comments. We'll get to all of them. But, yeah, I mean, we really did pick up right where we left off. I want to say, like, especially during the regular season last year with all the injuries, and it just doesn't matter who's on the court for us. As long as number 2's on the court, got a solid chance of winning the game. Quickly, I'm going to touch on Houston. I think they played their asses off tonight. I don't think it's as good as everyone expects. I don't think it's very sustainable for Sengun to have 40. But, Jack, thoughts on just a complete double overtime victory tonight?
Man, like, that's just classic Thunder basketball. I mean, I thought they let up a couple points in the first half, but then Houston kind of fell off. I just think the defense won us that game. I mean, Casey Wallace's leap is real. Caruso, he was great. But it was just so up and down. I didn't know if we were going to win, if we were going to lose. Like, 1 second, like, Caruso fell asleep on that play, going right to the basket. Next second, man. It was everything all in one game.
All in one game. And I was on playback with Capers, and I'm like, all right, there's no way it goes to double OT. Someone's going to win. They can't have it running into the Golden State game. And it did.
Yeah.
We do have a really great opinion this year because Khalil, new to the panel, isn't even an OKC fan. He is an NBA neutral. He roots for the Lakers, so we'll shit on him during the season for the most part. But he has a neutral opinion, and I do want to hear your opinion, Khalil, on – I know it's game one, and I don't want to press it, but I feel like it was a little biased to Houston tonight. And as an NBA champ now, with an MVP on my team, I feel like we weren't getting the calls that we deserved all night.
I mean, definitely. I mean, you see Shea definitely. He generates most of those foul calls, and I think early in the first half he wasn't as aggressive as he usually is coming out the game. I think it was just, because it was ring night. He didn't want to come out and look like he was trying too hard. And then Chet started off amazing. So they were kind of just riding the hot hand at that point. And then the second half, you see it was a total flip of the script. I think Shea probably had, 4 free throws in the first half and ended with 13 to 12.
Yeah, he ended with 14 at the end of the game.
I think really the fouls, I wouldn't say it was the Kevin Durant, like the missed call for Kevin Durant was horrible. Like that should have been. He was clearly calling
the timeout, right?
He was clearly calling timeout on that aspect. But I think the second half, Shea generates most of their foul calls, and I think when he turned it up, that's when you guys started really turning around and get calls. But like y'all said, man, shout out to Casey Wallace, man. He he was the reason why y'all came back in that third quarter. Like, he was huge. And I got AJ Mitchell too. I wasn't familiar with his game, but he came in and balled. And I was like, man, that was a huge three he hit to close the half.
Yeah, this is a really
this was a real team win, and then Shea took y'all home in the end. So that's all you can ask for. It's kind of hard to judge now because, you know, that dude Jay Will ain't there. So
right.
But I do say, like, the way his sub patterns are too. Like, I know he usually plays the whole first, comes in like with 6 in the second, and then. Yeah. But I think he has to be a little more like aggressive since he's not there to run that little 6-minute span when Shea's out the game. So
right. Going back to Satvir, I gotta give you a lot of credit, and I'll give Jack a lot of credit too. AJ Mitchell played very good last year before his foot injury, and you guys were all over it. I'm like, all right, he's a rookie, he's getting minutes now, but it's not gonna, it's not gonna lead into anything crazy for the time being last year. You guys nailed it on the head. We covered him in summer league, we covered him in the preseason. He's gonna be a real factor on this team, and where he fits in for the long term, who knows? But we did get a very cheap contract with him, and it looks like he's up to par with the rest of the bench. Satvir, I want your takes on AJ Mitchell and Aaron Wiggins too tonight.
Yeah. Before I get over there, I was kind of surprised with Jay Will's shooting tonight. From the 3-point line, I felt like in preseason he was shooting really well. And him being 0 for 4 kind of was surprising. He's usually got a pretty consistent shot. As far as Aaron Wiggins, I feel like just keep upping his minutes. He's gonna get, he's gonna do what he needs to do. As far as AJ though, he's a factor, man. 15 minutes, 16 points. I think he's gonna start deserving more and more playing time, especially if J-Dub, injury lingers longer. And to kind of connect AJ doing so well, I think we can kind of lessen some of the Caruso minutes because it's kind of early on in the season to be playing our vet 30 minutes already. He's the oldest guy on the roster. Obviously, he's not that old, but I'd like to see it come down because he is kind of injury prone, and we have a lot riding on him being healthy in the second half of the season when we kind of need to make a bigger push. So that's one thing that I could kind of noticed. But outside of that, we did great. We had a Chet foul out and Hartenstein foul out, and we still found a way to win with a 1-point game. And of course, Shea carried us with that victory. So he had a clutch 2 on the midi, and then obviously got fouled on the second overtime. So I thought it was great overall.
It really was just like the most exciting game you could get to start. I do also want to touch on this right here from State_US2122. Shout out to you for the comment. Terrible shooting night from everybody, from top to bottom. SGA, like I said, we were going to touch on it. We have to. 1 for 9. Lou Dort 0 for 8. Kaysen had a decent night. 3 for 8's okay. 2 for 5's okay. Hartenstein airballed 1. 2 for 6 from Caruso with a couple airballs. Wiggins shot all right. AJ with the 50%, and then obviously you just mentioned Jay Will 0 for 4. But that's just what happens with OKC, right? Like, I think when J-Dub comes back, the spacing opens up and we'll shoot better. But
yeah, I was going to say also Isaiah Joe, he's out as well, and he's supposedly our best shooter. So more heat on the rim from J-Dub plus Isaiah Joe. I think 3-point should be good.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to add to that was it just doesn't matter how we're shooting in the regular season. All right, in the playoffs, it's a different game, but we're going to win 9 times out of 10, even if we shoot 20% from 3, 10% from 3, because we have number 2 on the court, and he just gets downhill and just wait for J-Dub to come too. This is huge. Yeah, thanks for the sell for sure. There was one more too. This right here, quiet the whole second half. Gone. Quiet the whole second half. And I wanted, they were talking crazy about, oh, we got KD, we got a closer now. Since when does he close games outside the Warriors? He's not a closer, bro. And he's old now, too. He's older. He's still the same KD, but they were going to Sengun, man. They weren't even going to KD, bro.
Yeah, I think Sengun just had it rolling, so they were just going to, see it, because I've never seen him shoot threes like that, ever. So the fact that he's actually hitting, and I think it actually boosted his confidence, and then they started playing him up more, so he was just able to go by, that opened up his post game, him hitting the threes like he was. And Kevin Durant, was just a lack of aggression. He shot one shot. Like, no, we don't know KD to shoot one shot in a half or one shot for a quarter, let alone a half. So I think they put too much in Sengun, even though he balled out, but it was like he could have been if he's a little more aggressive, maybe that game's a little different. Because he didn't shoot bad. It's not like he was 7 for 25. So
Right.
I mean, I think it was just, and I got to give Dort credit too by limiting his touches like off ball too. So that was big.
Quick shout out to State. Appreciate you for the donut, bro. And then also here, I like this from Hotspot. It just makes us have to play other ways. Like if they're not going, they have to find ways to score the ball. And obviously, game one, you're not expecting excellence, even though coming off a championship, you might. Just for them to be able to score in so many different ways and so many different players, and then to have number 2, the MVP, to close out games for you. This team's just loaded, and if they're staying healthy, or well, when they get healthy again, they're going to be the best team in the league. And if they stay healthy, I mean, goddamn, I know it's game 1, but they got to be the favorite to win it all again.
For sure.
Hey,
like
I have.
Yeah.
You go, man.
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was going to ask you a question, but you finish up this and then.
Oh, okay. Yes, I mean, for sure. Like me and Joe was talking about this too. Like they have a real chance to do some Golden State type stuff. I thought they were going to come out and really I think they're going to hit 70. Like if they're fully healthy, I think they have a great chance to hit like that 70 win mark. Like I really
totally.
do.
I was thinking, because from my perspective, when I watch these games, the rebounding just makes me so frustrated. So as an outside view on it, is it that bad, or am I overreacting? Because like during this game, sometimes I was pulling my hair out, thinking like, how
it was tough. It was disjointed because Hartenstein was in foul trouble, and then Chet got in foul trouble. But I think you guys rebound pretty. Like you guys rebound very, very well. Even your guards, they're really active. Like Case and Wallace will crash. Shea is a great defensive rebounder, but Houston had 5, 6, 11 dudes out there, so you really see teams with that length like that, so you could really dominate the glass. And big thing why y'all were so great was because Hartenstein's tip outs, and there were games where Hartenstein had like 12 rebounds and like 6 offensive rebounds. So I mean, you just played Houston. It was a tough matchup for real.
Yeah, and then obviously another player like Cliff just mentioned. Like we didn't even have J-Dub, and he's huge on the defense side of the ball and rebounding. And I gotta give a huge shout out real quick. Game 1 of the season. Welcome in, Kid Capers. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing amazing. What's going on, fellas? Long time no see, man.
Man, we're back, bro. We're back here.
We're back. I have the worst headache that I had in any playoff game we played last year. Because I cannot believe they let KD get away with that. Satvir. What? Satvir. What?
Hey,
oh my gosh.
It is what it is, man. We got the W. You got the NBA champion shirt on. That's all that matters, to be honest. So.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta turn this around.
Yeah.
There we go.
What am I doing?
Got to get the gear out. There we go, man. Love it.
But yeah, I mean, listen, double overtime is not ideal. I was mentioning this with Capers. We were on playback. It's just like we're already banged up. We got guys with Isaiah Joe with a knee. We got J-Dub with his wrist. We even got Nikola Topic with testicle surgery. So it's not ideal to start the season off in a double overtime and get tired right away. But I'm just very happy that we're able to pull it off because going into Indiana, they're going to play hard. We go into Indiana in a couple days, I think, on Prime, maybe
Thursday.
But I'm just happy. We were able to get this one done.
How did you guys like the game being on NBC?
It was cool.
Yeah, I was just going to ask him that.
I loved it.
It was cool.
I really enjoy the team that they created. I'm so happy that, and I don't want to bring her back up because she bothered us all last year, but I'm so happy I didn't have to listen to RJ and Dorsberg tonight. They had a really good team together. I was a little disappointed with the pre-recorded Michael Jordan stuff. I thought it was going to be like a live analysis, but that's cool because I'll still listen to Michael Jordan anytime he speaks. But NBC did great, and Amazon has a good team too. So I'm excited for that as well. It's just I'm still a little annoyed that they're going to make us jump back and forth all season long, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But it kind of felt like a show on NBC. Like it kind of felt like a show, like a live performance, which was kind of cool to see. And Bradley said, "What a way to open up NBA and NBC." Yeah, man, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. So yeah, I guess just unless you guys have anything else over the game, we can look forward to Indiana on Thursday.
Make some threes.
Yeah,
but other than the threes, can we talk about how clutch Shea was though?
Jeez.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Jeez.
This dude is getting to his spot in the mid range, and he couldn't miss, and he was making all the right plays.
Yeah, and it was just fitting for him to get the dance with Katie at the end of the game, and then end up hitting the 2 free throws to seal it and to hit 35 points. I thought it was just funny. But yeah, we had conversations last year. I mean, we had questions. Everyone had questions about Shea, not as a player, but as a closer. And throughout the playoffs and throughout the end of the regular season, it was answered like, all right, we have our guy. And I was concerned. I mean, during that Denver series when we blew a game, I was like, fuck, he's not he's the guy, but he's not the closer. He's the closer, and he's probably the best closer in the league right now.
Man, that was a clinic.
Hey guys, we don't got to worry about that cardio. I think he heard enough from us.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good tonight.
I do want to mention someone must be paying attention about those comments because he brought him up himself in the offseason, and then his trainer, the way they were training all offseason, I watched very close attention to his trainer and him, every day, and they were in the lab every single day. Like there wasn't a post that I didn't see from his trainer on IG of them not training. So I know he's ready coming into this game, and you could see that he was ready. Like I didn't think this was probably the one game where he may not have scored the amount of points, that we're used to without the free throws, but the way he played all throughout the game, I didn't have any complaints, and that's probably a first in a long time. So
right, and then another thing, Jack and Satvir and Capers, really, just because we talked about this a lot during the playoffs last year. Mark Dagnall got in the ref's face tonight, and we didn't see a lot of emotion from him all last year.
He's a
when
champ now.
He called that timeout. He was going crazy, and I love that from Coach Mark. I thought his substitutions were, I can't say anything about game one. We're injured. We played a bunch of guys, but I think he put in the right players at the right times during the end stretches of the last 3 quarters. But to see him get that animated, that changes a whole lot of my opinion on Coach Mark Dagnall. I'm very excited.
I'm surprised about that, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm surprised because you were ragdolling him a couple months ago, but that's neither here nor there. I have a question. Was Isaiah Hartenstein hungover still?
I think so.
Did he the parade that was a couple months? Did he do that today?
Yeah. What do you think about Hartenstein? I thought he was a bit off tonight.
I think he was drunk.
He was definitely a little off. Off. I knew he was off when I see Steven Adams throw his ass to the court.
Yo,
it's like he was at the foul and he ended up in the stanchion. I was like, man, this ain't working. But I think it's just a tough matchup because Steven Adams is probably the strongest dude in the league.
Yeah,
11 all around. Because he was vital for y'all in the playoffs in terms of smacking the ball, tipping the ball back out, getting offensive rebounds. So I just think you guys ain't gonna worry about Houston because they're probably not doing nothing. So
I agree.
Y'all are all right. The team you got to worry about is Denver.
Yeah, I think we all agree about that. I'm actually very happy you say that because that's an outside source, everybody. You heard it here, an outside source, a Laker fan saying that Houston's not doing nothing. So it's just not us OKC fans. I will say to back up his claim, Amen Thompson can't shoot the ball still. He still can't shoot the ball. He went 0 for 7 from 3. I mean, he almost made one. He had his foot on the line. Without him being able to shoot the ball and without a real point guard, this team, I don't see them as being much of a threat. But Satvir respects the hell out of the Denver Nuggets. He did last year when I didn't, and I know that he expects much better this year with the moves they made.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we all should expect more fired up and focused Denver team. The one other thing I was going to mention here was I think Hartenstein played a fine game, maybe not, up to his standards. He's been, inserting himself a little bit differently with Chet kind of playing a lot more minutes and kind of being reinserted into the lineup, and him having 28 points is kind of what we should start getting used to with Chet Holmgren, because he was top 3 in MVP voting before his injury and everything else. So Hartenstein is leaning on that defense. So I'm not looking for him from the scoring column, but he got 9 rebounds and 5 assists. As long as he keeps his assists up, that means he's engaged. Every time his assists are low, that kind of shows me he's really not game planned into the team properly, or Mark's not putting him in the right spots or whatever it may be. I like those individual play calls for him and Shea and pick and rolls where he can kind of create like Jokic at the top of the key, bring those passes in, because it's either him or J Will doing that, and especially with J-Dub being out, we need playmaking, and right now we're missing Topic as well. So I thought
I'm glad you brought up Chet. I'm just gonna say, State, we just did a video yesterday. It's on the YouTube channel. It's the season awards and predictions. You'll catch all of our win totals on that video. But to get back to Chet, you mentioned it. He was top 3 in MVP before the injury last year. Took him a while to get fully back. And then in the playoffs, he was tired. He was banged up. So we didn't see a full Chet. But we've seen him in games like the first game against Denver last year. Killed Jokic. Killed him. And even after the injury, when J-Dub was out, the game in Boston, lights out from 3, lights out from mid-range. And he even hit KD with a little KD tonight, which was great to see.
Yeah.
Super excited for Chet. I think he's going to make a major leap. And we're just like, we're here. And I think by the end of the year, the sky's the limit for sure. We got Hot Spots got us going 65 to 71 wins this year. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think that's right where Jack and I were, I think.
Yeah, 65.
But other than that, tonight, I mean, listen, it's game 1. Craziest game 1 I've been a part of in a long time, I'll tell you that. It is fun that OKC was the game to open up. We are on TV, or I guess not TV, but I don't even know what to call it. We're on Amazon and all those streaming services a lot this year.
Yeah.
A whole lot. So it's going to be a different type of feel in OKC. You're going to see them a lot. One last thing on this game that kind of bothered me, and I don't want to stay negative. I promise I don't want to stay negative. But it took them about to like the 3rd or 4th quarter to mention about anything about the championship, the MVP, SGA, anything besides the opening ring ceremony. They were talking about KD in OKC, James Harden getting his number retired in OKC. Somehow that was brought up.
I was like, what?
They were talking about KD all-time points. Is it not time for us to be the fucking spotlight? Like, put the spotlight on the right players. You will get more views, I promise. So that still bothers me.
No, absolutely. I mean, they're still trying to push KD, Braun, and Steph.
That stuff, yeah.
And they're just like coming on to what Shea's doing. Because after I seen this game, I was really just looking like, yo, he is him. Like that second half, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
He made it. Big plays, and because what's not gonna get talked about was he was locked down today. He played he was amazing one-on-one, like
individual defense.
He was big in one-on-one. So I mean, respect, man. He might. I usually have Jokic as my number 1 best player, but the way he defended and the way he played, the way he closed, man, he's him.
Yeah, 2 blocks, 2 steals tonight on only 2 personal fouls tonight. So that's great.
Now, Joe.
What up, brother?
I know this might make you mad, so I want to ask Satvir this question instead of Joe. So, Satvir, watching Sengun play tonight, is he not a dog? Yo, can we agree, at least on this point, if Sengun plays remotely like that for a large majority of the season, the Rockets can be dangerous with him playing like that? Dude, he is a dog.
I think he can be dangerous. I just don't think the Rockets themselves can be dangerous. Without a point guard, it's just really tough. Unless they make some sort of move here at the midseason point, which I think they probably need to. Reed Shepherd isn't looking up to par. He can't really play defense. He's getting absolutely fried. So I think they need to make a move. I'm in whatever you want to call him. Like he's getting there, but they're just not there yet, man. They're just not there. I knew a KD-led team. This is how I've seen this cycle a million times
over and over.
Yeah, over and over. And I don't feel the threat. Like as soon as he joined them, I was like, okay, they're less of a threat. They lost even more defense.
Yes.
And
we made the video over the summer. We were like, we don't think that makes them better.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm cool on these guys. Like they're cool. They're probably like a first round exit against most other teams, to be honest, in the Western Conference with how stacked the West is. Like most of the other teams can probably get these guys. So that's just my opinion on it. Like they'll probably, if they face a certain like Lakers team, they could probably take them to 7 or something and still lose. But that's about the best I could, hope for the KD-led team right here. Play like an aging LeBron. Outside of that, all the young teams are gonna rock them. Like they'd probably get 5-1. That's about it. So
yeah, another thing, they're talking all this. Their smallest player 6'7", then they got the rest of them are 6'11". They had to go to zone because they couldn't man guard us in the second quarter. Like they have no defense. They don't have shooting, unless Sengun's hitting 5 for 8 tonight. But I don't see that continuing consistently.
That's not
happening. But yeah, I don't want to dog on them anymore. I will answer this question from State, and everyone else can answer following. For me, I think it's Denver, and I think it's. And I'm serious when I say this. I think it's Dallas. I think Dallas, if Kyrie comes back healthy, and Cooper Flag's a real deal. AD, Kyrie, Cooper Flag, PJ Washington, who kills OKC. We know that.
Well, if he gets the pass from Luka, he'll kill you.
They got D'Lo on the bench now, which D'Lo gets hated on, but off the bench, that's a solid player.
Yeah, he's good.
And Marshall played really good for them down the stretch last year. And Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, that could give us fits. So
that is a very good team on paper.
Anyone else have other teams that they think could?
Yeah, just Denver.
Just Denver. Because I mean, you guys have to be honest with yourselves too. Like I love OKC, but Michael Porter Jr. couldn't even really raise his arm last, and Aaron got hurt in that bottom half. So I mean, now Cam Johnson from Michael Porter is night and day. Cam Johnson's a way better basketball player. Then with the additions they have, I'm really looking for Wiggins to have a 6-man of the year type running. Yes. He needs to do that for them to like really solidify themselves as the top dog to beat Denver, because Denver got a lot, and I think Aaron Wiggins is capable of it. So
Jack and I talked about Denver yesterday on our preview. We fully admit and are. We're not hiding from it, but we said the addition of Valanciunas is going to hurt OKC. For them to have a backup center other than DeAndre Jordan now, that's huge for them.
Yeah,
and like you said, oh my goodness, Cam Johnson. When that news broke, we did a show as well, and way better than MPJ as a total basketball player. He plays defense. He could create his own shot off the dribble, and he could also shoot as well.
And bigger.
What you say?
Wiggins. Which goes defensively.
Jack, do you have any other teams?
Just the Nuggets, but you guys haven't mentioned Tim Hardaway Jr., who's I think the 10th man on the Nuggets, which is it's insane.
That's another.
I'll mention a team. I'm surprised. I'm looking at the West right now. The only team that outside of the Nuggets that I could feel like could meet us in a conference finals is the Timberwolves for whatever reason. Anthony Edwards just seems to carry teams. Like you could put freaking G Leaguers around that guy and like he's carrying them. So he's impressive. I'm not necessarily saying like, they'll beat us or anything like that, but they'll probably be one of the teams that I could probably say like we could pencil in as someone that we could meet in that conference finals. So I got to give him a little bit of respect. And honestly, he kind of won me over in the last run that he had. Like he just showed a lot of dog, and once his shooting catches up with him, I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think he's scarier than Luka Doncic. Like people keep talking about Luka like he's LeBron, but I haven't seen that killer yet. And Anthony Edwards has shown he has that stuff. So
Yeah, and then also same video from yesterday if you go watch. Jack and I did 1 through 8 seeding predictions on both conferences. It's just don't take it with a grain of salt. It's more like tiers because we don't want to say, oh, they're easily the 2 seed, but that's in that video too. All right, boys, let's look forward to the 23rd, Thursday in Indiana, NBA Finals rematch. Obviously, most likely no J-Dub for us, and the other injuries, obviously no Halliburton for them. But they're going to be ready. That place is going to be rocking. They're going to be fired up. They want that game for sure. Spread right now is 7.5. What do you guys think about it?
Blowout.
OKC?
No. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna blow them out.
No, they're not blowing. What we just witnessed. There's no way. Like Tyrese Halliburton was a factor, but he may be
There's
a driving
magic in that
engine.
court, bro.
Yeah, there's magic on that court, and those guys just don't also give up. I think it's going to be another close game next game. Like, there's no way that's going to be a blowout situation. We don't have J-Dub, and the roster that they're fielding is a very versatile roster. They're led by a really good coach. And also I want to mention something that Adam Silver said earlier today. He mentioned that the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals ended up drawing more viewers than the Mavs Celtics the year before. And the reason he mentioned for this was the reason that we're getting so much publicity recently as a small market is because of the fact that the competition of that big stage in the finals was just better. That was his main point. And so we're going to start seeing smaller markets like Thunder, showing up a little bit more than these older teams, older players that are kind of getting pushed out. And we're already seeing that with the Thunder getting really heavily pushed. But I feel like if there was like an Eastern Conference team that kind of had a similar route like us, they'd kind of get the same shine in the following season. And so whatever team that may be, I think that's just exciting that we're kind of entering a new age because now small markets can kind of keep their players. And we're entering a different age, guys, of basketball. We're going to see a lot of good teams in small markets.
Absolutely. And you kind of felt that new age tonight. I think NBC did a really good job. They kind of like compared it to the 90s and how things were changing. And I love it. I think it is a new age of basketball. And I do think the best age of basketball was the 2010s, especially the early 2010s. But this new age is kicking off with an OKC championship, so I'm okay with that. We can keep moving. And that's really big. I didn't even hear that Silver said that. That's big. That gives me confidence that we can end up back in championship. So that's a good thing. All right. Any other thoughts on the Pacers game?
I think it'll roll over if you build it up. They'll put up a fight because they got a chip on their shoulder, but eventually we will break through. Maybe end of third, start of fourth, and then I agree with Khalil. I think it will end in a bit of a blowout, but you won't feel like it will be.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can. I still have nightmares from that series, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a moron. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning back into the Bring the Thunder podcast. We are so happy to be back. Super excited for the season. Great way to kick it off. Again, we thank you guys. If you are enjoying the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on Thursday with our post-game live and our weekly episode. For the first time of the 2025-2026 NBA season, I'll leave you with Thunder Up, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.